everyone. In this video, I'll be showing how to update Google Sheet on GitHub events with webhooks using Choreo. First, I will register a webhook and create a listener to receive events when L1 label is applied to an issue. Then I will process this event to collect the required data and update a sheet with that data. So let's start. First, sign into the Choreo and go to integrations and create a new integration. I'm going to name it as GitHub L1 Tracker. Select the trigger as GitHub. There we need to sign into our GitHub account and authorize. After that, we need to select the repo that we need to listen. I'm going to select it as Ballerina Demo, and the event is issues and the action is labeled because I'm going to listen into labels and save it. After saving that, you can see in the diagram a webhook event based diagram is created, and also in the code side you can see the access tokens and also listener event, webhook listener, which is created, and also there's a function called onIssues label. Then let's configure it. I'm going to add if condition. I'm going to see the event and the label and convert it to JSON to see the fields and the name. If the name is not equal to L1, here I need to use check as well to avoid errors. Save it. Basically, if the label is not L1, I'm just returning it. I'm not going to process it. So I added the return statement. Then in the else statement, I'm going to add a log just for the information purposes. Now the if else block is configured. Then I need to extract the event details. There I'm going to assign them to variable. The first one is integer, which is going to be the GitHub issue ID. So we can take it using event and then issue and the number. Similar to that, I'm going to add another one, which is a string variable to get the title of the issue. So we can take it as event, issue, and the title. Save it as well. Then the third and the last one, again a string and the created at date. I'm going to take it in the same way and save it. Now all the three variables have extracted. You can see the diagram and code here. Now I'm going to connect to spreadsheet or the Google Sheets. Go to the API calls and select Google Sheets. There we need to select the Google account and authorize it and continue to invoke it. I'm going to append a row. So selected that function. So this is the sheet. I copy the Google Sheet ID here. Sheet name is L1 and the data to append. First one is ID, the second one is title, and third one is date. So they are in an array and the array is auto generated based on the items that I have added. And I need to start it from the A1 position onwards. So I added that too. After saving it, now the code is completed. You can see the full code now. And here is the full diagram. If you expand it, you can see it fully. You can see the if else logic and the variables and also the sheets endpoint call. And then test it. If you click run and test, it will go to the test tab and you can see the logs. It's running now. And you can see it's awaiting now. So go to the GitHub, the relevant repo, and create an issue here. After creating, I'm going to apply the L1 label. Go to the logs and see you have received that log, and also the same data is now there in the sheet. Let's apply L1 label to another existing issue, and you can see the log again and the details are here too. Now it's working as expected. Now let's deploy it. Click go live and you can see it's running or deploying. It will take a bit to complete, and you can see the logs here after the deployment is successful. And let's check it again. Create a new issue. This time we are checking the production deployment and label it as L1. Go back to the Choreo and you can see the log line, and also the issue details are now in the sheet as well. So all good. And finally, let's go to the Observe tab to see the various observability data such as throughput, latency, and the logs related to this integration, and also the success rate. So in this session, we register a GitHub webhook, the webhook listener. We process that event to gather the required data. And finally, we updated a Google Sheet with that data.